Okay.
Okay, we might have Joey jump off of Instagram. Just 1 second.
Want me to go off and come back on?
1 second, getting directions. Okay. Hey, loves, stick with us. We're going to talk about Egypt. Okay. Okay, whatever you just did, Joey. All right. Okay. Joey, close IG Live. Oh, we'll come back to you. Okay. Go find me on Substack. So, Joe, you can close your IG Live.
Okay.
Love. Okay. We are live on Substack, and we are live on Instagram and on Facebook. Okay. Everybody, welcome. This is my ride or die for Egypt. Been to Egypt. I think Joey's lost count.
Yeah.
Like 25 plus times. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And okay, turn your volume up on your computer. Okay, and I can hear you. Can I hear you? Say something. Say
Yeah.
ISIS. Okay, all right, we're all here. Okay, we want to tell you about the trip that we're bringing people on in September. So September 2nd to 17th. What we always tell everybody is it's not a vacation, it's a pilgrimage, but it's a bougie pilgrimage. So you can ask questions, and my team is going to drop them in on my side channel here, my special secret bat phone. But we'll just begin by sort of laying out the journey. So I'll kick off and let you know that September 2nd to 17th, get yourself to Cairo, and we take it from there. Joey, what's the first stop that we do when we get there?
Well, we're going to start in Cairo at the Sphinx, and it's not just any trip to the Sphinx. What we do is we have a private ceremony there, and we have 2 hours, generally around sunrise, that we are literally in the pause of the Sphinx, sitting there, touching the stone, walking around the entire area. Most people have to look down on it. We go before it opens so that we have the ability to actually soak in the energy of this incredible site. And it truly starts to unlock the key for the rest of our journey. So we start in Cairo.
And my experience, so I've done the pilgrimage twice now. This will be my third time when we all go, is I thought the Sphinx I wasn't expecting the experience I had at the Sphinx. I got, even through all the temples and doing them twice, I got some of my most powerful healing and information at the Sphinx. Where do we go after the Sphinx?
Saqqara. And this time we're going in the tunnels underneath it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be this is the first time I've ever, in probably close to 30 trips, ever gone in the tunnels underneath. And even our Egyptologists and historians and guides with us, they've only been in it once. So this is going to be really special.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I just was reading that they've just discovered like a new mummy underneath Saqqara.
Yes.
Like, yeah. Okay. And then after Saqqara, so the whole pilgrimage is designed like we're opening a different chakra. We're traveling with the Nile. So it's not, this is not like a randomly selected, oh, let's go here because it's open, let's go there. Before you go on, let's explain to people that part of the intensity, the beauty, and the power of the trip is that we're getting private access to a lot of these spaces. So imagine you're getting up at 3-4 in the morning to take a boat across the Nile to go meditate in the altar at Isis as the sun rises and nobody else is there. You will go to the Sphinx, as Joey was describing. We go to the Sphinx. It's private access. And like you get it on the first day. So we leave the Sphinx and they close this little tiny gate. Like, you cannot believe that this is what is protecting this amazing sacred place. They have this little tiny lock on this gate for the Sphinx. And then you see all the tourists and the school buses come in, and they are standing hundreds of meters away from the Sphinx. And you've just finished meditating in the chest of the Great Sphinx. Okay, so after Saqqara, where are we?
Okay, so we go. You want me to give you the entire journey?
Yeah.
So we go the Sphinx, and then these are all different days, by the way. We don't do them on the same day.
This is 14 days.
Yeah. So we start with the Sphinx. The next day we go to Saqqara, which there's a couple of other pyramids that we might go to around there if we have time. But mostly we go to Saqqara so that we can spend time in the Unas pyramid, which is where the ancient Egyptian mysteries are encoded in the walls there. And it's a really special moment to be in there. They'll show us how the alabaster with the flashlight glows. And this is where the ascension spiral, basically the story of the Merkaba and the light body and the ascension to all consciousness, is written in history. And this is what our entire pilgrimage is based on. It's all based on the ancient Egyptian mysteries, which are literally inscribed inside the Unas pyramid. So we definitely go there. And then we're going to have a private underneath the actual pyramid of Saqqara, which is a step pyramid. We're going to spend time in the tunnels under there. And I've only heard about this, so I'm very, very excited. It's my first time going beneath. After Saqqara, I believe we fly the next day to Aswan. Mm-hmm. And on the way to Aswan, we stop at Abu Simbel, which is this incredible temple that has been carved into the side of a mountain. It's one mountain carved, and it's utterly breathtaking. And there's a feminine and a masculine temple there. It's incredible. After we're going to fly to Abu Simbel, get off the plane, visit Abu Simbel, get back on a little plane for a half hour, and get to Aswan, which is my very favorite part of all of Egypt. We're then going to go to an incredible island, a beautiful boutique hotel that feels like you're in Greece. It's like the Egyptian version of Greece. And the next morning, we're going to Isis Temple, which is a private island called Philae. And we're going to spend 2 hours alone at Philae Temple, feeling and soaking in that beautiful energy of Isis. But what's special is that we stay in a hotel that's literally straight across from Isis Temple. A lot of us actually have a view of it from our rooms, and you can feel the energy of Isis all night long while you're sleeping. Mm-hmm. From Isis Temple, we have some fun things we do around there, and we leave some surprises because we want to make it special. So we have some surprises around there, and then we load onto our boat, which is called a dahibia, and it's an ancient Egyptian style boat, and you'll see them going up and down the Nile. A lot of really big groups, they have big ships, and it's not as special because you're with the public and you're in, kind of cruise ship atmosphere and vibe. We are on basically a great big private yacht that is a floating temple, and we create our own temple on this as we go down the Nile. Actually, we don't go down the Nile. We flow from south to north on the Nile. That's how the river flows. It's one of the only rivers like that.
So imagine like you're in a hotel. So you're in a beautiful room with a queen size bed, and you have your shower. You're showering in the morning on the Nile, and then the boat docks, and we go into that day's excursion to a different temple every day.
Yeah. We're going to stop at a new temple that you haven't been at yet, which is my new favorite one. It's not my favorite spiritually, but it's one of my favorites aesthetically. It's really incredible. It's called Khufu Temple. You're going to love that. And after that temple, it's really colorful and beautiful, and it's only just been discovered about 5 years ago. So hardly anyone goes there, and I'm astounded by the beauty. So I made sure to add it. After that one, we go to Edfu. No, we go to Komombo. Mm-hmm. Then we go to Edfu. These are also really sacred temples with so many special things in each of them. We have activations and meditations each day with each of these temples. And so you're going to learn all about what you need to learn. You don't have to worry about knowing anything in advance. That's my job, to guide you through that. And then we end up finally getting to Luxor. And once we get to Luxor, we're going to see Luxor Temple. And we usually see that at night. So it's beautiful. It's this enormous nighttime temple that you also have a road that's called the Avenue of the Sphinx, and that connects Karnak Temple Complex to Luxor. And it's just ram-headed Sphinx all the way down for miles and miles and miles.
Miles, yeah.
It's beautiful. So we see Karnak and we see Luxor, and at Karnak we have a private. Now this is different, Danielle, since you came. So they've changed the laws in Egypt, and now we used to have to pay off people to get in to see the living statue of Sekhmet. Now we actually have a private for 2 hours with her. Yeah, so this is incredible. I'm excited. It's my first time. It just happened.
Sekhmet seems to be where people have the most visible, impactful experience. Yeah, there's always crying in Sekhmet. Yeah.
Well, you're meeting fire for sure when you're there. So it's an intense meeting, and it's special, and it's for men and women. So I mean, it's a really beautiful meeting of the heart. After Karnak and Luxor, we're going to go on a little bit farther to Abydos, which is actually my very favorite temple.
Okay.
Is that your favorite too? Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was
I got all I needed in Abydos.
And we are going to have a private at Abydos down in, you're going to learn all about this. So I don't want to give too much information away because it's really the special magic of how I lead this journey. But Abydos is basically where it's considered to be the most powerful spot in Egypt. And there's a beautiful sacred pond down in a low area. And we're going to get to go down into that. I've only been there one time before. The first flower of life ever found is down there. And there's actually 3 of them. And they're etched in. They're not etched. They're not carved. They're lasered in. And they can't figure out how they actually came to be because this is so ancient. So we get to be around that flower of life sacred geometry. And then there's tunnels and areas that we get to go into around that part. And it's super, super special. I've been there 20 years ago. I haven't been down in that since then. So exciting. And then from there, we go to Dendera, which is a beautiful, joyful, loving, very similar to Isis temple. Colorful. Yep. Hathor's home. And then from there, we're going to take a flight from Luxor back to Cairo, and we're going to finish at the Great Pyramid in a private ceremony inside the King's Chamber. And there's no description to even give you what this beautiful ceremony is. If I told you about it, you would be like, I don't know, but it's really, 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 really special. We are going to use our voices. We're going to become antennas. We're going to become the frequency that we're supposed to be when we're inside that beautiful chamber, and we're going to turn ourselves on in a very energetic, beautiful way. So
so let me give you some of the practicals. There's a payment plan this year. If you go to daniellelaporte.com/Egypt, you'll see the itinerary, you'll see the photos, you'll get the dates, you'll get all the costs. And there's a payment plan, and Dana on my team can walk you through all of that. Once you get to Cairo, pretty much everything is taken care of. There's maybe 1 or 2 days where it's like you're on your own within beautiful hotels to get lunch or dinner. If you just want to stay in and get room service, do that. But everything is taken care of. Like, we have got you here's the chef, here's the meal. You barely have to lift your bags. You're going to be told every night after dinner, okay, this is going to be wake up call. And one thing to know is, like, things are changeable. There might be a minister of such and such visiting a temple. So we're just like, okay, we're not going to get private access to that today. We're going to go here first. There's some temples you walk in where you just feel, the temple team is so glad that you're there, and they're wanting you to, like, get the light. And other places, one of us might say, like, just act cool. Like, don't be spiritual, new age, oming person in the middle of this temple. It's not welcomed. And we often get asked about what to wear. So the temperature is going to be, I think it's moderate, but it's going to be about 80 Fahrenheit. And then you do want to have something to cover your shoulders when you go into the temples. It's a Muslim country, so just respect. No shorty shorts, no cutoffs, just, demure. What's it? Demure. And
I would say, you're going to see plenty of people who aren't following these rules, but to be respectful of the country and the religion. And it's a Muslim run country. It's a government run country. And so the government is very particular about the Muslim religion. So to be in reverence to that, I say, you can wear dresses and you can wear spaghetti straps and things. Just maybe put a shirt on, like a blouse on over it, or a scarf or a wrap as you go into the temples. Of course, swimsuits at the pool are fine. If you wear a skirt, try to have it above, at the knee level, so that you're not wearing a mini skirt when you're walking into these places. Other than that, it's totally normal. It's become quite westernized.
You have time to rest, and it's full on. The jet lag for me and other people we went with, it's not as bad as you might think. Like, kind of day 3, you're just like, whoa, it hits you and you need a nap. But it's amazing. Like, you were getting light, you were getting energized. Egypt, like, one common saying when you get there is welcome home. Everybody is saying welcome home. And to me, it really feels like humanity just decided we're going to be humans now, and this is where we're going to start. We're going to start in Egypt, and Hermetics and Cometics and all of that philosophy has become my jam now. I would say journal every day. I still read through my journals from the last 2 trips to Egypt and remember just like nuances and layers and things I heard and saw and experiences, and they become like real touchstones for me. We're going to be with about 20, 25-ish max people. And as Joey's mentioned, we travel with an Egyptologist, a beautiful Muslim woman who knows everything about every temple. And Joey is also like a walking Wikipedia of the Pantheon. And you really don't need to know anything. So the first time I went, I just like, it was a very quick decision. And I took my 21-year-old son, it's his birthday today, he's now 22. And I didn't know anything. I mean, I felt the pull. King Tut was my grade school science fair project for which I got my gold medal. And I always felt like I was the reincarnation of Isis. But other than that, I didn't know what Pantheon meant, nothing. I couldn't have told you about Horus and etc. You will learn lots when you're there. We will have some book recommendations for you. There will be time to go to shop and get some cotton. We can find you some beautiful cotton. We do go to a beautiful jewelry store. We have a private visit. You are not harassed. They open the store. There is tea. You will, if it's in your budget, you will want your bling. You will get your gold. You will get your silver. Usually we go one day to the jewelry store, and then everybody has an experience, and we go back to pick up our cartouches, and everybody throws down more money. You're like, oh, but I want that thing. Like, that's how I ended up with my Hathor ring. I was like, oh, I was drooling over it. And then we went to Dendera, and I was like, I gotta get this. She gave me joy. I got the codes. I gotta get the ring. And the food, it's a lot of hummus, and it's a lot of hummus. And the food is great. And we only eat at particular places. Joey and the Egyptian family has made sure, like, we go to places where everything is properly washed, and so no one's going to get sick. And we can give you packing lists and all those things later. Astrologically, on February 26th, soon, it's Mercury retrograde. It would be great. If you want to come, it would be great for you to express interest and to at least put a deposit in by the 26th. It's time to make decisions. The window opens up a few weeks later. So I love to get all these things done when we're really in the light mode. And you could book your flights on or after April 9th, if I were you. Yeah, good days, astrologically. Yeah.
I think we should say this also. When you fly in, so you're flying in and out of Cairo, and literally once you land, we take care of the rest. Our team will meet you and help you get your visa. It's $25. You have to have 25 USD. That's it. They assist you once you land. They'll take your luggage, bring you to the airport, or bring you to the hotel, get you all moved in. Literally, you don't have to touch your bags once you land, which is really nice, until we drop you off at the end. You barely touch them. We have private chefs. We have all of our meals included, with the exception of the 2 nights that Danielle mentioned. There are a couple times when we've had such extraordinarily long days that no one ever showed up for the 2 dinners that I had. And so most people just want to go back and reset and maybe order room service or something. So there's 2 opportunities to do that. Otherwise, there's a little restaurant or something at the hotel. Everything is handled. I had a reason I was just telling you this.
Tips?
Pardon?
No tips. Nobody. You don't have to worry about tips.
Yeah,
Everybody's taken care of.
We want to make sure that you're not harassed, because the Egyptian culture is that you tip constantly. It's constant tipping. So we've just included that in everything, and our team will handle that for you, which is really nice. Make sure to check your passports so that you make sure you have 6 months past the expiration date. It's very important, or you can't even get on the plane coming on the trip. The important thing that I need from everyone is once you decide to make this happen, I need a photo of your passport immediately, because I have to give it to the Ministry of Tourism, and we start the process at that time, and it takes a long time for that. So the second you sign up, I get the passport and I start the situation. I'm trying to think. We did not share with them that we go see a Bedouin healer, a Reiki master, and we get to look at all these amazing essential oils, which are really special. We'll go into more detail on that. Again, my job is to guide you through the Egyptian mysteries. I have a book that I have just birthed, and I'm very excited to share that. There's also an accompanying journal with that. So you'll have the ability to be writing and going back. It'll be a beautiful diary and journal of your pilgrimage, and something that you'll want to keep forever. It's just writing down everything that's happening, so you can always go back to that no matter what format you write it in. I'm trying to think what else there was. Flying in and out of all our transportations included.
And so everything. So the flight we take to Aswan, that's included in the price of everything. Again, head to daniellelaporte.com/Egypt. And if you complete the interest form, Dana's going to email you back directly with all of the pricing details. You're going to express interest whether you want a solo room or a shared room. That applies to all of the hotels that we're at and the boat. I think that's everything. Let's just talk about the energetics for a second. So there's two ways to go about this. One is with massive expectations of coming home enlightened, and the other is just chill. And you will get what you are meant to get when you were there. I had expectations with some temples. I just thought the goddess is coming down and she's going to cleanse me. And I felt nothing. And then some other temples, I got answers. I got cleaned out. You can call it codes. Joey's the magician of the light codes. There's answers to be received, but just open heart, journal every day. I've had friends who went on the last 2 trips, and 6 months later, they're just like, it just all clicked. There was one thing I realized about a temple, and now I just get so many answers from that. And then other people are having really visceral, factual experiences just being in the space.
Yeah, to add to that, nothing is right, nothing is wrong when you go to Egypt. I think Egypt acts as a mirror. So wherever your container is and wherever your energy is and your frequency is, when you arrive to Egypt, it's going to meet you there. Nothing's better or worse. No person is better or worse. No experience is better or worse. And there's no competition. You're going to have some people who are having this incredible experience and they're sharing with everyone, and you're going to have other people who just don't feel anything at all for a while. And it literally is a mirror. It's kind of like when you're in a relationship and you're seeing the shadows. Egypt is going to act like that for you, and that's a beautiful part of it. And as it integrates, some people integrate faster than others. Some people need 6 months or a year. Some people are integrating while they're there. It really just depends on your container ahead of time, and there's nothing you can do to prepare for that. It is what it is. So it's very beautiful. And I think I need to add this. Danielle is one of my favorite people to go to Egypt with. And I don't say that because she's sitting here. I'm saying that because she's an authentic person. She's not showy. She's not trying to be, have a big show the entire time she's there. She's truly there for the work and the coding and learning and feeling into the land. And that is a perfect example of how you should be going to Egypt. I know that there's a lot of different types of retreats out there with Egypt, and they're all beautiful. There's not one that's better than another, but ours is a very authentic pilgrimage, and this is doing truly deep work and inner work. And it's really nice to lead with people, and I only lead with people who are beautiful and authentic and real. And all of you already follow her, so you know what a beautiful human she is. But in Egypt, that is on fire, and she is just very centered, and it allows the journey to be even more blessed when you're in her presence that way. And so I always really look forward to this time with her.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're there to serve, receive, give and receive, give and receive, give and receive. No show. The size of this group is beautiful. We're not on bus. There's not multiple buses. This is not a big boat that we're on. This is not the Disney cruise. This is really held and contained. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
intimate. You have time with each of us at meals during the day while we're driving or on airplanes or whatever. We're all hanging out together, and it's a community that we form while we're there. We keep it intimate for that reason.
And talk to everybody. Use us while we're there, because when you get home and you say, oh, I was in Abydos and I saw some codes for what I should do for my business and my relationships and the Metatron's cube, just talk to us while you're there, because we get it. Yeah. We're going to jump on an Instagram live right now and do this one more time. DanielleLaporte.com/Egypt. And you can DM me and we will find you. And remember, if you can step into this by February 25th, that would be ideal astrologically, because retrograde is happening, full retrograde on February 26th. Okay. To the light, and hope we can hug in Egypt. Thanks, Joel. See you on Instagram. I'm going to invite you.
Bye.
Okay. All right.